Hey, everybody, I hope you're doing well. Hey, listen to what this lady has to say, okay? As you see on the screen, it says, I am 54. If I had a daughter, what I would teach her about money. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and check it out.
I'm 54. I don't have a daughter, but if I did, these are the things I would teach her about money. Always, always have your own money. Love does not replace security. Independence is not distrust, it is protection. Never, never, never let a man be your only plan. Life changes, people change. Your money is your leverage and your safety. You hear me? Learn how money actually works, not just how to spend it, how to keep it, how to grow it, how to invest it, and how to protect it. Build something that is yours, a skill, a business, an income stream that no one can take from you. And don't stop just at one. Don't. Learn how to create multiple streams of income, not for hustle, but for safety, choice, and peace. Stay wise,
And also for your survival.
stay informed. I love you, girlies. Bye.
Yeah, she is so very, very accurate. Always. Oh, a manager plan? Very good. Make sure your name is on that deed. Oh, man. Listen. Um, this guy, I think he really planned it. You have to really kind of watch these guys when you get engaged or get married. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you know what? I just have to go ahead and buy a house." And I thought to myself, I'm like, "So while you're engaged, you both rent an apartment, but he goes and buy a house. Why I can tell you about it? I knew then that was a red flag on the plate. To me, that was a red flag because I said, "Oh, I see what he's doing." He's making sure her name is not on the deed. He can add it on there later. Yeah, let's talk about later because they did get married. Let's talk about later. You know how later has happened, like maybe like 5 years later, her name is still not on it. And it's going south. And he's already opened up his mouth about, quote, his house. Yeah, a man is the plan. Yeah, you might want to go ahead and have your own. And I find this very, very accurate in what she's saying. I mentioned to you guys before about a friend of mine who her husband is like, man, he's had like 3 surgeries. And the kind of surgery like, not like a couple of days down, no, sitting up in bed, gotta bring him food, help him to the bathroom. I mean, it's just been like major, you know, it has been major. And I'm like, wow, yeah, good luck with that. Major, major. So I told you guys how that he went ahead and retired. Okay. She was a business owner. She's always brought in money. She's always brought in 6 figures. I mean, she is that girl. Now, when his health went down, she did kind of step aside from her business. Things kind of slowed down because she was dealing with him, at the hospital. Then having to take him home and take care of him. So he retired. And fast forward, the pension does pay the mortgage, the insurance, the taxes. It pays the bills, and they're fine. So then later on, I told you how he was like, "Oh yeah, maybe you should get a full-time job." And she was kind of shocked at that, taken aback. And I said, "Oh, I see. Okay. So he wants you to always be the worker bee." And there's been some debt that he accumulated. I just found out a few weeks ago that she's the one that cured it. She paid it off. Debt that he accumulated. She went ahead. I said, "You paid it off?" Yeah, when I had got that big contract. Oh, you paid it off. Got it. Wow. You okay. So she's been MIA recently, and I hadn't heard from her. Last time I called her twice, she's gonna call me back, and she didn't. And then it's been texting. Then I got a text message, and it's like she was on a hunt for a job, and good thing for her, she has now found one. And I thought to myself, I'm assuming she's just saving the money, stacking it up. But they're empty nesters because they had kids when they were like 20s. They're empty nesters. So he's at home all day in the big, beautiful home all by himself. And she's out on a public job. That's what he wanted. When he was sick like that, she was holding it down. And I'm like, man, all the time she took off from her business ventures to see about him, she didn't get paid for that. Where was the paycheck? Where was the check that she's gonna get for seeing about him? Can somebody tell me? But now that he's better and on his feet, oh, you don't need wifey. So I'm like, so he wants to have you on a full-time job so he can be at home by himself all day long. He's not bored and lonely. No, that's what he wants. That's why he pushed her for it. And it lets you know, man, we're living in an age now. It's like these relationships, I don't care if it is a marriage, man, you got to watch your back and also maintain your own. Because guess what? Any day it can go wrong. And she's really offended by it. I'm shocked. So he used to her going so much, I guess he just wants her to be working, working, working. At a girl, work, work, work. But don't fool yourself. These men, they'll meet a side chick or somebody, and it kind of makes me wonder if he does have one. Because he mentioned something to me personally, which I did not need to know. And I haven't said nothing to her. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody's personal life. I don't want to hear nothing about. I don't want to hear it. I'm like, okay, so we're cool, but we're not that cool. I don't want to hear nothing about it. And I've learned sometimes it's best to hear things and keep it pushing, especially when it comes to women. I don't know how you know them because people can change. It has served me well sometimes to keep my mouth shut. This will be the third time. Like, oh, girl, I knew what was going on. I did see her husband with his ex-wife leaving a hotel. I said nothing while the marriage was already rocky, and I knew she was in love with him, and they had kids. They just had a baby. The baby wasn't even like a year old. She knows him. She's married to him. She's told us about him. I kept my mouth. Later on, it came out why he told a story. And they came over to the house to talk to me, and she was like, he told me that you saw him all the time and that you never did say anything. And she was like, you were a true friend because you knew what we were going through. And he was like, yeah, that her husband told her I never did tell her. Just to cause a heartache, it was going to make things worse. That's not who I didn't see the need. I mean, it's like she knows who he is. Why do I need to go ahead and tell her that? Oh, I saw him leaving a hotel with his ex-wife. She knows how he is, so l- let them work on their marriage. And she was like, yeah, she appreciated. I knew that could have been one just to tumble it down, and they muddled through it some kind of way. Last I heard, so I've learned to keep things to myself. But yeah, this right here, always have your own money. And when you do, but I was like, man, look at this, the stuff she's brought to the marriage. When you do have your own money, stick some back. Oh, he got himself in a debt. Let him be a man and climb himself out. Because I find it very unfair that he's pushing her to get a full-time job, which she has done. He's sitting up at the house chilling. What about the money that she paid? You rolling around in your Benz truck, homeboy, that she paid for. Well, she paid it off. She paid it off when she landed a big contract. Is he gonna pay that money back? The time she took from her business ventures to see about him, is he gonna pay her for that? Giving and giving, and they just keep on taking and taking. So this right here, even while you are in it, always have your own money. Don't ever give your last. Because things can change. So she's right.
I'm 54. I don't have a daughter, but if I did, these are the things I would teach her about money. Always, always have your own money. Love.
And when you do have your own money, guess what? You don't need to always share your own money. You don't.
Does not replace security. Independence is not distrust, it is protection.
Exactly. Love does not replace security. How many women you know right now that might be madly in love and working two jobs, or working one trying to find a second? We're in love, but the lights are going to be turned off. She's right.
Always have your own money. Love does not replace security. Independence is not distrust, it is protection.
Exactly.
Never, never, never let a man be your only plan.
Because that plan can change up any day. A lot of women find that out. I have heard and seen of women living in beautiful homes, and what happened? The man was the only plan. Things went bad. Gotta understand. He changed the plan of why. The one who's paying is typically the one who's saying. So yeah, gotta think about these things. It's not a joke. Gotta think about these things. If the man is your only plan, you better have a plan to stack up some money somewhere. You're getting allowance, good for you. You better stack it up somewhere because you never know. When the man is your only plan, and things can change and place you in wonderland and wondering how you're going to survive. For my friend here, I'm really kind of pissed about it. I'm like, wow, who's going to give back the money that she paid off on his vehicle? You will learn, married or single, dating, a lot of people out there, you can keep giving and giving, and they keep taking and taking. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share them out.